Hello, this is Zane with Zane's Tech Blog, and today we're going to be talking about the Unifi Dream Machine Pro. It's a cool device, it does a lot of different things, and we're going to take a look at what comes out of the box, and then we're going to see one in action. All right, so here we have it, the Unifi Dream Machine Pro, fresh in the box. So I'm not going to read out everything that's inside, we'll open it up and take a look. So while I'm unboxing here, just give you a little bit of information about where this fits in the Unifi product line. It is a security gateway, also known as a firewall. It has a built-in Unifi controller, so it manages your entire Unifi network. And it also has a couple of other features around security. It can be a NVR, a network video recorder for your cameras, and it can run a phone system, a unified phone system. So it's a very versatile, multi-pronged tool that can really fill out a network. So it's definitely aimed at those more budget-friendly market segments, if you will. But it's a pretty solid box all in all. So what we've got here, this is the front of the unit, and what you're looking at is a screen that's got a pretty cool display technology built into it. This is where your hard drive would go for your video recording of your cameras. Has an 8-port switch, +2, so 8 gigabit Ethernet copper ports. The 9th port is for your WAN, your primary WAN. 10th port is either a WAN port or it can be, or it's either a 10 gigabit LAN port, or it can be used for WAN as well, a secondary WAN port. And then finally, we've got a 10 gigabit LAN port, number 11. So there's not too much on the back. We've got just a spot for our power cord, and then we've got a spot for optional backup power supply that Unifi provides, or can provide. So very cool setup. I like it a lot. It's simple. Let's take a look at what's in the little box. Okay. So first thing, power cord. Pretty straightforward. Unifi, if you've seen my other Unifi videos, you'll know that this little foam pad is one of my favorite things. So it comes with rack mount hardware, the mounts for the individual brackets that go onto the device to get it into the rack, or the rubber feet if you're shelf mounting it. So everything's right there that you need, and it just makes installation so nice and smooth. I love that they're not in little baggies, and it's really hard to drop them on the floor. And then we've got the instructions, QR code for a quick start guide that'll run you through this setup. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing in the rack and show you what it looks like. All right, so here is our UDM Pro in the rack. So this guy here. And what you'll see is that I'm taking advantage. I'm using a few of these LAN ports for various different connections. And then I've got a dual WAN configuration in a failover setup, which I believe is all the UDM Pro is supporting at the moment, is failover. But I would expect that to change over time as they get a little bit more developed on the platform. And then my last connector here is a 10 gigabit direct attach cable to a NAS. And then one thing that I really like is this little touchscreen over on the left-hand side. It gives you network information, network throughput, how's your Wi-Fi experience, all the clients on your network. It's really cool, like information at a glance type stuff. And then the app that works along with the newer Unifi hardware is pretty outstanding too on the iOS platform. They're still working on it for Android. So that's what it looks like in the rack. I used the kit that I showed you a little bit earlier with the rack mount hardware, It went right in. It was honestly a breeze to install. So I'm going to go back and kind of close things out. All right, so that was our look at the UDM Pro. I just wanted to share a few things about the setup with you. I'm not going to get into the software and the management and all of that in this video because honestly it's too big for just the one video. So I'll be making another around the Unifi controller and what the interface looks like for the UDM Pro. But what I can tell you is that from my experience, the setup was super easy. It walks you through the process of getting everything configured and installed. If you're migrating from an existing Unifi environment, which I was, you can export your configuration from that and import it into the new. And there is a lot new about the UDM Pro, the operating system that it's running on, you know, the firmware, and pretty much it's a whole new product for Unifi. And so keep that in mind. There's still a few kinks I think that they're working through, but for the most part, I haven't had any issue that I haven't been able to work around or work through. And so, you know, I'm looking forward to the product becoming a little bit more mature, but at the same time, for the price, for the throughput, for the performance, I'm happy. So I guess that's all you can ask for. Anyway, I appreciate you watching the video. And if you want to see me doing more random talking around random tech stuff that I just happen to be doing, subscribe down below. I'd appreciate it. And if you are looking for a UDM Pro yourself, I've got a link down in the description. Thanks, and see you next time.